Do I sound pretty calm right now? Do I sound relaxed? Well, it's kind of surprising because I don't feel relaxed and I don't feel calm right now. There's a reason for that. I am in a slump. A huge slump. Now, I know this is something everyone goes through. Now, we all have times where we just can't seem to win. No matter what we do, we just can't break 100,000 damage. We get sunk in the first minutes of the game. It seems like RNGesus is just crapping on us. I mean, I've spent like the last 5 or 10 games just raging at my computer. It's a slump. Everyone goes through them. Sports, you go through slumps. I played baseball when I was younger. Played baseball in high school. Yeah, there are times I went through slumps. Lasted maybe a game or so, and then I'd hit a home run and break out of it. Computer games, World of Warships, it's no different. Everybody goes through slumps. But the key is not to let it get to you. I know we all guard our win-loss and our stats like it's a chest of gold. Well, most of us do. Well, maybe not even most of us. I know some of us do, though. Me? Not so much. Maybe. I consider myself one of those individuals that likes to flirt with Unicum. You know, every now and then I play a wonderful game, and then the next game I have the ability to go ahead and just screw it up completely. Charge in a battleship, and my team won't be behind me, and I'll get focus fired and sunk very, very quickly. It's like golf. Same thing in golf. I have the ability to go out there one hole, and I look like a pro. I hit the green in regulation, one putt, birdie, eagle, and then the next hole, I'll go out there. I hook it into the woods, I'm hacking in the weeds, and I'm doing horrible. Same thing with World of Warships. You know, one round I'll go 180k damage, and the next round, I'll try and play a destroyer or something like that, and I'll do like 10,000 damage and sink. That's the nature of the game. But a slump is when it happens, not once or twice, but when it seems to happen every time you play. So how do you deal with slumps? How do you get out of a slump? How do you break away from it? And that's what this is about. So, let me give you a couple things I do to get out of slumps. The first of them, if I'm having a horrible, horrible go, I'm losing game after game after game, the easiest way to shake things up is to play ships you're good with. So, if you're grinding a certain ship and it's just not working, forget about it. Take a break from it. I know I play really good in the Bismarck. Drop down to a ship like that and just clean up. Mop up with that ship. Just get at it. That's a good way to break out of a slump. If you're not so sure what ships you're good at, which you probably should know, there's an easy way to take care of that. Just go to one of the many wonderful websites out there that have stats and take a look at your stats. Find out what ship you play good in. Find out the ship that you produce the most damage in. Or find the ship that you sink the least amount in. Or maybe pick a ship that you have the best win-loss record in. Use that ship for a little while. That might break you out of a slump. That's a good way to get out of a slump. Switching ships up doesn't work for you? There's another thing you can do. Go play at a lower tier. I've been playing high tier lately. 9, 10, even 8. 8's considered high. You know, it's on that upper crust of high. Drop lower. Yeah, go to tier 5, tier 6. Yeah, maybe tier 5 is a little better. You know, if you're in tier 6, you're going to get it up tiered to 7 and maybe 8. And it's not a good way to break out of a slump because RNGesus is just going to crap on you again. But play tier 5 or something like that. Yeah, we know what it's called. It's called seal clubbing. Get in that Congo or something like that and just get out there and destroy the enemy. Get in your Warspite or something like that. That's another good way to break out of a slump. It's probably one of the best ways. Just get in a lower tier and seal club. I know we don't like to use that word, but that's what it is. It's what you're doing, and it's a very good way to make yourself feel good, even if you know you're playing against players that don't have the best skill in the world. So that's another way you can break out of a slump. That's another way I break out of a slump. Another possibility division up. If you're playing solo a lot, you know you're not going to have the best odds of doing as good as you would if you got with a bunch of good friends of yours and divisioned up with them. Find some really good players that you know you do well with and division up with them. You know, do those 3 Kutuzov matches where you just melt the enemy. Or roll 3 battleships, or whatever works. You know, something's out there that works. That's what I like to do. I've been playing a lot of solo lately, and I enjoy it sometimes. It's kind of nice being all on your lonesome, but it's not a great way to win a lot of games. When you play solo, it really depends on you being on the top of your game. And if you're not, if you're in a slump, it's not going to do good. So division up. Find some of your buddies, and even if you lose, if you're divisioned up, you might have a good time. You probably will have a good time. You'll laugh at the silly stuff you do, like ramming other ships or just completely messing up, and that's what the game should be about, right? It's about having fun. So yeah, if you're in a slump and you've been playing solo, get with your buddies, play with them. That is another good way to break out of a slump. Another good way to break out of a slump, or at least enjoy things a little more, is to drink some beer. Hey, I'm doing that right now, and guess what? I feel better already. Well, I also had a decent game in Missouri, and that kind of helped as well. You know, nothing like getting some credits and some massive amounts of damage in. That does, well, I wouldn't say massive. 110 Ks. For me, that's an average round, but still is better than the rounds before that, so yeah. Have some beer, get in a ship you enjoy. You know, if you can't division up, just get something you're comfortable in and get after it. Have some fun. This round was a lot of fun. I did decent. Had 3 caps. Did some damage. Tanked a lot of damage. Time will tell if I got out of the slump or if this got me out of the slump, so we'll see. If those things that I mentioned aren't working, if playing with the ship you're good at or playing in a lower tier is not working, and if you can't find friends to division up with, take a break. If you lose 2 or 3 games or more, just take a break. Walk away. Go get dinner or something. Go, I don't know. Hang out with your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband. You know, just calm down and relax. It's Warships. Don't get riled up over it, like I do sometimes, and cuss at your computer and try to throw things. You know, there's some rounds where I get so angry my dog looks at me like, what the hell's going on with you? What are you doing? Yeah, just take a break. Walk away from it. That's a good thing to do. So, there's another option. And if that doesn't work, if you walk away and you come back and for some reason things just aren't working out, go nuclear. By nuclear, I mean this is the last option. This is an option that I've taken many times. Just take a break and play a different game. Forget about Warships for a little bit. Just walk away. Just walk away. Can you name what movie that's from? Yeah, that's one of the Mad Max movies. What is that? The Road Warrior? I don't know. Anyhow, just walk away from the game. Take a break from it. Play something else. Play Overwatch. Play Battlefield. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch lately. It might not be that good if you're trying to get your competitive matchmaking rankings. You have a really good time with that. I'm 5-5, but that's beside the point. I digress. Take a break and play a different game. That might help. You know, if you feel like you need to take a couple days off, that's fine. Come back in a week if you need to. But the point is, don't stress yourself about it, because the more you stress, the worse you're probably going to do. So, that's what I like to do to break out of a slump. These are the things I do. If I'm in a slump, if I'm in just an absolute rut where I'm going 5 or 6 games, things aren't going my way, I'll switch to a ship I'm good with. You know, those Bismarcks or those Tirpitzes. Yeah, German battleships, they're just really, really good. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're good. You know, something like that. And if that's not working for you, just drop down to a lower tier. Jump into Congo or, you know, yeah, I know the Minakaze is not as good as it used to be, or Isakaze. Just jump into a destroyer you know you're really good with at tier 5 and Seal Club. Yeah, I know it feels dirty, but, you know, anytime you get a crack and it feels good. So drop down to a lower tier and get after it. Division up if you haven't. You know, play with your buddies. If that doesn't work, take a break. And lastly, like I said, just take a break from the game completely. You know, I think sometimes we get too wrapped up in Warships and other games. You know, we get obsessed with our stats. You know, really? For what? Why? It's a game. It's a game. It's not real life. Nothing's on the line here. Yeah, we all like people to look at our stats and be like, hey, this guy's pretty darn good. But, you know what? There's better things to life, I guess. You know, maybe it's the beer talking. Maybe it's not. But guys, you know, slumps happen. If you get in a slump, don't try to fight through it. Because if you try to fight through it, you're just going to get more angry, you're going to get more aggravated, and tick yourself off, and walk away from the game hating the game. When it's not the game's fault, it's your fault. Or RNGesus' fault. One of those two. So, guys, those are what I do when I'm in a slump. I think they'll work for you as well. Very good, solid options. I know it's helping me right now, coping with the issues I'm having, so hopefully it'll help you out if it ever happens to you, but I know you all are probably a lot better than I am. You all probably don't have to suffer through what I do sometimes. You don't suffer through slumps, getting focus fired and destroyed in the first minutes of the game, so more power to you, but if you do, just keep these things in mind. Anyhow, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful slump-free week, and I will catch up with you all later. Take it easy. I am out.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.